Kick it on a laid-back vibe. Smoke a little, drink a little, party all night. Look up and see all the stars in the sky. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Now I ain't saying that it ain't going down in the city, cause I've been there when they turn it up. But if you need to unwound, slow down, come on out to my town, cause I know they don't do it like we do it in the country. Boots stomping, beer drinking country, slanging mud off a big truck country. If you ever get tired of them big city lights, just catch you a ride out to the country. Cut off trees and bare feet country. Drop a tailgate, build a bonfire kind of country. Go on and kick it where you want, but I bet they don't, do it like we do it in the country.
No, they don't do it like we do it in the country. It's something, catch you sitting out on the tailgate with some BG bumping. All them places that they don't go, we just ride around on them dirt roads. That Chevrolet stay skint back while I'm dodging all of them potholes. We ride slow, windows down, pulling up to that rowdy crowd. Bonfire, got country girls, got plenty drinks, so it's on now. That good smoke, that good shine, that recipe for a good time. So hop up in my truck and let's ride.
Like we do it in the country. Boots stomping, beer drinking country, slanging mud off a big truck country. If you ever get tired of them big city lights, just catch you a ride out to the country. Cut off trees and bare feet country. Drop a tailgate, build a bonfire kind of country. Go on and kick it where you want, but I bet they don't, do it like we do it in the country. You ever need to hit reset?
I just push pause,
I know a place.
and I know a way. So come on.
Do it like we do it in the country. Boots stomping, beer drinking country, slanging mud off a big truck country. If you ever get tired of them big city lights, just catch you a ride out to the country. Cut off trees and bare feet country. Drop a tailgate, build a bonfire kind of country. Go on and kick it where you want, but I bet they don't, do it like we do it in the country. They don't do it like we do it in the country. No, they don't.
What's up, y'all? We are live here at Pro Dreams. We're in a little different spot today because they had a lot going on in the other room. So we adjusted and we're here. Live tonight with us is St. George Mayor Dustin Yates. Good for you to come out here and hang out with us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, this podcast didn't start to be political, and it actually started because I wanted to be able to push local brands and just talk about live events, special local events and things like that. I mean, we're literally right outside the gates of LSU football stadium, right out there. In about a month, they have a whole new world.
That's right, less than a month now. I think September 5th.
September 5th, yes. Next week is the 22nd, so you're right there.
Yeah.
It's right at 3 weeks away. It's going to be a fun time, and like I always say, when LSU is playing well, Baton Rouge is.
It's a happier place to be, isn't it?
It is, and business is booming, and people go out more, and people eat out more, and the hotels are good, and just everything. When the baseball team's doing good or when the football team's doing good, it's really a good place to be.
Ain't no doubt about it. I've always said that maybe the dynamic's changing a little bit now, but when Alabama would come in town, that was the best day in East Baton Rouge Parish every other year was the LSU-Alabama game. And I think you got a couple games on the schedule this year that might rival that. You know, you got Texas at home, you got Clemson at home.
To start the year.
I mean, it's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, we're actually heading. Our podcast is going on the road week 3. We got a buddy in Oxford, and we're gonna be set up in the Grove.
Oh man, I tell you what, good luck there.
So that'll be
Good luck there.
that'll be fun. We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook out there. We're gonna go up on Friday night. It's gonna be Friday night instead of Thursday that week. We'll go Friday and do something Friday, and we have tickets to the game, so we're gonna go in. And,
Well, I think that'll be an interesting experience.
it will.
Oxford is kind of a hostile place to begin with
It is.
LSU fans, and this year it might be extra special.
It is. It'll be fun. It'll especially be fun if we come back with a win.
Ain't no doubt about it.
But this week we are sponsored by Dream Day, the Dream Day Foundation. The Dream Day Foundation benefits local St. Jude patients and families. Somebody close to our program is a Dream Day kid, and she's been in the hospital 90 times.
90?
90.
Wow.
And she just got out the other day, but she's 17 years old. So she gets a lot of support from Dream Day. When I was getting explained what Dream Day actually helps, they so if a patient in Baton Rouge, patients in the hospital, they don't have to. Their families don't have to go to the vending machines. They got snacks and drinks that come to them. They help with just comfort, meals, and different things. They have skeet shoots, and they have softball tournaments and kickball tournaments, and just different things to raise money and awareness. They are one of many organizations that support St. Jude.
What a great organization
sure.
to have as a sponsor to bring awareness to what they're doing.
So September 4th, they're doing a 3-gun raffle out in Port Allen, a Beretta AX 800 12 gauge, FX Leopard air gun, and a Stoker P3000. It's a shootout benefiting the Dream Day Foundation giveaway September 4th. You don't have to be present to win. You can go to dreamdayfoundation.org/events or email info@dreamdayfoundation.com. Frank Williams from Williams Custom Calls is in the house. Frank actually got you a roost spoon with your name on it.
I know, it's awesome. Well, Frank, I tell you what, I appreciate it. This is, and I hate to even admit this as somebody that's born and raised in South Louisiana, but I've had lots of spoons. I don't know if I've ever had a dedicated roost spoon ever in my life. And I certainly have never had one with my name on it. So I certainly appreciate it. I can assure you, as the weather gets colder and we start making gumbo in South Louisiana, this thing will get good use. So I appreciate it.
So if you happen to go to Rick's election party, I don't know what you're doing on election night since you're not running.
I'll probably be at Rick's election party.
Frank will be there.
Well, good. I get to meet you, Frank.
Joe Kersey with LP Hat Company. He does my merch and koozies and different stuff. We all kind of unique. We all got our 3 small businesses together and did like a partnership. To where on cook-offs, all 3 of us go help. I go help push his business. He goes and helps push my business. So it's not like, hey, that's my business. It's our business. So if my business is going well, his is too, because we all push each other. And then Joe with LP Hat Company, he's been starting to do hats for Thomas Kane, for Chase Tyler, for all kinds of different people in town. But he does hats, koozies, and different stuff like that. Also, shout out to Chris Specialty Foods for donating the seasoning cans and that Chamber of Commerce event they had the other day or a couple weeks ago at Chris's.
Yeah, Chris's there in Highland Road.
On Highland, yeah, it's a nice little spot.
It's a great spot. I go to lunch there all the time. In fact, I went to the lunch there on Monday with my wife. We split 2 meals, actually. They have a lobster roll there that is unbelievable. It's the only place really in East Baton Rouge that I know that sells lobster rolls. And that thing is killer. And then Monday, their special is crab cake sliders. And just phenomenal. Always see Tressie when I'm over there. Always good to see her. They're great people. And they hosted our last Chamber of Commerce event, which our Chamber of Commerce in St. George has really taken off. I mean, it's every event that they do, they sell it out. They have a great showing. Just a lot of excitement in St. George, especially with the business community of being a part of something new. And it was great to be able to host an event there at Chris's.
Yeah, I live in St. George too, so it's I actually left New Orleans early that day so I could get there in time to at least be a part of some of that.
Sure.
Because networking never stops. When it gets from local businesses to politicians to other politics, like
it's all about relationships.
It is.
It's all about relationships. Doesn't make a difference what business you're in. You're going to go as far as your relationships take you. Because like you mentioned earlier with the partnership that you form with those two other fellows, you can get a lot further ahead in life, partnering up with great people and having great connections and having great relationships with people along the way.
Yeah, we had it was a joke we had, but I put out the schedule of different events that we were going to and being a part of. And the last month was a grind because it was like event.
Sounds like my life.
And I said, Joe, you can't make money sitting on the couch. So we're always going. Like today, I went to visit Von Bickner, who's running for mayor of Central.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, it's kind of interesting the connection that the mayors have. Like you, Sid, and Wade are like pretty good friends.
Yeah, we all get along. I get along with all the mayors in East Baton Rouge Parish. We all consider ourselves friends, and we are friends. Mayor Yates and Baker, Mayor McDavid and Zachary, Mayor Evans in Central, Mayor Edwards in Central. Mayor Edwards in Baton Rouge.
Right.
From the very beginning, we've always had a healthy relationship, and look, we should. We're all in the same parish. All of our goals are aligned, and then getting more aligned as we go, and then to making this parish the very best it can be. So we're very fortunate to have a good group of people here in this parish.
For sure. And it's kind of interesting, the Sid's role, and he's the president of the parish, but the mayor of the city.
Yeah, it's unique to say the least. The consolidated form of government that we have in East Baton Rouge Parish is unique. Lafayette had a consolidated government. They've kind of split some of that over the last 10 or 12 years. But on a national scale, there's not many situations like you have in East Baton Rouge.
And especially when you have St. George trying to split. But he's in an interesting situation to where he's got to do what's best for the city, which is St. George probably not splitting, but he's got to do what's best for the parish, which is St. George splitting.
Well, I think Mayor Edwards' point of view from the beginning of his time was that, he believes the same thing that we believe, that having the municipality of St. George within East Baton Rouge Parish is a great thing. It's gonna be a benefit to all the parish, including the other municipalities. So there was never any contention between us. There was never any contention with me or his staff, and there still isn't on that regard. They see us as another entity that can just help drive this parish forward, and that's really what we should be focused on.
Speaking of driving things forward, Seeking Lane.
Yeah,
it's I don't live far from there, and I travel that road a lot, but I also avoid that area a lot too. How long does that project take to do what you plan on doing?
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Seeking Lane first. So when we got in office, one of our priorities was Seeking Lane. So the stretch of Seeking in between the interstate and Airline Highway is 1.35 miles. Over the last 4 years,
could take you an hour to get 1.35.
It very well could sometimes. That 1.35 miles has seen in a 4-year period almost 2,000 vehicle crashes. Think about that for a second. Almost 2,000 vehicle crashes over a 4-year period. You're talking about almost 1.5 a day that you're averaging.
You got that stretch where Cowboy Chicken, and I think FedEx is up in there somewhere. UPS store is up in there. Sports Clips. Sometimes the sun is so bright looking one way, you look, think nobody's coming, and you just pull out.
Well, I mean, that's one of the problems on Segan Lane is that it's essentially a 6-lane Autobahn with a middle, for lack of a better term, they call it a suicide lane. And there's so many points of access that you can get onto that road from so many different businesses. So there was never really any access management that was designed in that road in its inception. And then you can legitimately pull out a Cowboy Chicken. If I want to go to the far lane, 6 lanes across, there's nothing stopping me, right?
Right.
So I can hightail it across 6 lanes of traffic, which happens all the time. And that's why we have almost 2,000 vehicle crashes. So anyway, we prioritized Segan Lane in a lot of different ways, really, when we got in. And, one of the first things that we tackled was the homeless and panhandling situation that existed on Segan Lane for years. And when we got in, everybody told us that we would never fix it, and good luck. We've tried all these other things, and that just wasn't good enough for us. So almost a year ago today, we rolled out a plan to kind of combat that. And you can go up and down Segan Lane today, and you're not going to see any homeless or panhandlers on the corner any longer. I'm not saying that there aren't people that are still suffering that live around there, because there are. But we've partnered up with some recovery programs. We've been able to successfully get almost 150 people off the streets in Segan Lane. A lot of them have accepted recovery. So that's been a tremendous success for us. And that was kind of the first push. And then we said, what can we do about the safety of Segan Lane? What can we do about this roadway? And our team identified a federal grant. It's called the BUILD grant. So we put together a grant package that we submitted to the Federal Department of Transportation. And we got letters of support on that grant package from Governor Landry, from DOTD, from all of our local elected officials, pretty much from everybody, from our federal delegation. And I made a couple trips to Washington, D.C. I went and talked to who I need to talk to. And then, at the end of the day, we were fortunate to be awarded that grant. And for this year, it's the largest type of grant like that was awarded in the state of Louisiana. So we're excited about it. It's going to be a lot of work, but so is everything else. But it gives us an opportunity to really reshape the way Segan Lane looks. And you know as well as I do. I mean, Segan Lane is a punchline of a joke, and that's really what it became. I mean, they got their own Facebook page for goodness sake, right? Adventures on Segan Lane.
St. George has a couple of those too.
Sure. So it just was too important of an economic corridor for us to just let it sit. We want to make sure that the businesses that we have there and want to stay able to attract new business, able to create a safer roadway. We had a conceptual design that we rolled out when we did the big press conference about it. We'll hire an engineering firm here at some point in time, and they'll kind of finish the finalized design of it. They'll include input from all the business owners that operate on Segan Lane, if that's important. And then, then we'll get to work. So
how long do we think that project, is it one of those, it's going to take 6 years, 10 years to get it done? Or?
No, it won't take that long. Now, it won't be tomorrow, obviously. So, the way that these grants work is that there's a kickoff period where our team and the team from on the federal government side meet, and they go through a series of meetings to kind of get everything situated the way that it needs to be situated. And then at that point, what will happen is that we will hire an engineering firm that will come in and do the final design, all the environmental studies. There's just a lot of groundwork that has to be done before you roll out something like that. And once that's done, they will put a bid package together, and it'll go out to bid. And when it goes out to bid, you'll have multiple contractors that will obviously bid on it. By state law, whoever is the lowest bid is the one that you select. And then generally in the contract, it has a time period that they have to to begin the project and when they have to complete the project. So depending on the size and scope of the whole project, it might be, once this contract is signed, something like this, maybe you have a 60-day ramp up time, and then you got to be finished in however many months or a year or whatever. So look, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you that we're not going to have some traffic stuff there during this construction, right? So I think we have to be super mindful of how we do it and when we do it to create as little disruption as we possibly can. But you can't build anything without disrupting something.
Right.
So I think it'll be a temporary inconvenience for a long-term win for all the residents of East Baton Rouge Parish. I mean, there's not many people in East Baton Rouge Parish that don't travel down Seaton Lane at some point in time. And there's a lot of them that travel down it every day, myself included.
I used to, but I go back and forth to New Orleans now to get off the highway. So I don't or Pico. I used to live off of Pico, and we moved from Pico about when they started that mess.
Yeah.
Because we were right there by the cow pasture.
Yeah.
And when they started making cut throughs, our roads got crazy traffic, and it was just, if they ever finish all that plans that they were going to do, not just the redevelopment of Pico, not just the interstate, that was like phase 1 or whatever, but there's a lot going on over there.
There's a lot of development happening around there.
Yeah, so like you don't ever get the actual money. Does the federal government just pay the contractor when y'all do that? Or?
No, it'll all be sorted out before we even hire the engineering firm. They generally give it to you in draws. Sometimes you got to put the money up front and they reimburse you. There's a match on this as well. So, the overall project is expected to cost about $25 million. This grant was for right under 20. So the city will have to match those funds. So our end is somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 million that we'll have to put up in capital in order to complete the project.
Where does that come from?
Well, it comes from our general fund, so our capital fund. It won't be until next budget that we'll see something hit with that. But we'll, the way that a municipal budget works is, you could have all the different types of funds. We have 2 primary funds that we utilize. You have your general fund, revenue and expenses, which is all the day-to-day stuff that you need to do to run a government. And then you have a capital outlay fund as well. And we'll allocate dollars into the capital outlay fund in order to fund that.
All right, moving on. Law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right now, St. George is mostly ran by the sheriff's office.
Sure.
And how long before, or is it in the plans for you eventually to come up with the St. George Police Department?
Well, I don't think it would be wise to create a whole nother municipal police department when you have the sheriff's office there. We partner with the sheriff on a lot of things. Really our first partnership with the sheriff's office was when we brought in OSS. So for people that don't know what OSS is, it's a third-party company that we hired, and they come in and they handle all of our traffic accidents. The year before that, the city of St. George, same company. Okay. So it's the same company.
They parked in our parking lot the other day, and I was trying to, he had a police outfit and everything. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So they don't carry a gun, they don't have a badge, or they're just there for civil things, like, fender benders and stuff like that. When we partnered with them, a lot of people were skeptical about it because it was something new to the area. They had some law enforcement people that were a little skeptical about it. But I'll tell you this, in January we had the traffic commander from East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office come to a council meeting. We had the captain from Troop A come to a council meeting and kind of give a report on it. The captain from Troop A said, because you're doing this, Troop A is projecting a 38% reduction in call volume in your area. And because of that reduction in call volume, we've been able to create a whole additional task force that is back into proactive policing. Okay. Sheriff's office told a similar story. Captain Rogelio from EBRSO said, look, I'm an old school cop. I didn't think this was going to work. I was skeptical of it. He said I was wrong. What y'all are doing has been an unbelievable benefit to the sheriff's office. So much so that now we're able to get back to some proactive policing, and then also put in deputies in other parts of the parish that we previously we couldn't do. So both. So just by us doing that created essentially a force multiplier in the sheriff's office and state police, and putting our law enforcement back to where they want to be. Right. I can assure you, I have a lot of law enforcement friends. The ones that I've known, none of them like to be on the side of the road riding up a car accident. Right. Okay, they want to be policing.
They have better things to do.
They want to be patrolling. They want to be doing what the things that we hire police officers to do. So it's really been an unbelievable partnership. All of our law enforcement partners that interact there love it. So besides that, the next year or so, we'll start building up a little reserve group of people. Then, you'll have guys from the different law enforcement agencies around that want to be a part of that. So that's kind of how we'll go. If things have to change over time, we'll see. But that's kind of the objective.
Yeah, I saw some kind of picture on Facebook the other day about when St. George Police Department comes with their uniforms, what their cars would look like. And had different people talking about this would be cool if it was all white or all black or whatever. And it was,
I couldn't tell you what it's going to look like because I haven't seen it yet. But
it's one of those.
With AI, people can get super creative on these things, and they do
really quickly.
Yeah, really quickly.
For sure. One of my buddies is running in Denham for city council.
Yeah.
And he says AI is my campaign manager. So he's asking AI everything about what to do and everything else like that, and it's telling him everything he should do.
Yeah.
So that's the cheaper way to go.
It's definitely a cheaper way to go. I can tell you, AI utilizing as a tool can be very helpful. It can eliminate a lot of time, a lot of research, at least get you into the arena or the ballpark where you want to be. Right. I don't know if I'd use it for everything, but I'd be lying if I don't tell you I use it for some stuff.
For advertising on Facebook, I use it a lot. It knows exactly who I am. I'll just say, and I use it a lot for the flyer I sent you.
Yeah.
Just advertising tonight. I said, I've used it so much on the podcast, or for the podcast. I just tell it now, hey, this week's guest is St. George Mayor Dustin Yates. And it does the whole thing because I do it every week with a different person. So it already has stored.
It already knows
all that.
It already knows.
And I put whoever the new person is this week, and I don't, but I asked it the other day. What question should I ask Dustin? It had 17 questions about Segan Lane, like a whole thing about everything, and I've done the same with Rick Edmonds and the same with Wade Evans and different people that have been on, and it's pretty interesting.
That is pretty cool.
How it takes away from just about all the research that you can do. In the comments, Aaron Rogers says, "Good evening, gentlemen. I remember when that stretch was 2-lane. Sure, it sure has problems still, but it's so much better than back then. Wish they would have planned better back in the day and had service roads down each side." Aaron, I will see you Saturday night. Aaron is in a band called the Jake Rounds Band.
Yeah, where's he playing?
They're playing at Locals in Central on Saturday night. My boy Mason Shows will be opening for him. But yeah, they'll be at Locals in Central on Saturday night.
Well, Aaron, I don't disagree with you about Segan Lane, buddy. I wish there would have been some better planning on it when it was being created and widened. And I remember first coming up to Baton Rouge when I was a kid, and the only two things I ever remember on Segan Lane was a gas station and a Burger King. And there was nothing else. And then even when we moved up here permanently, I mean, they still had homes on Segan Lane. Even in this one stretch of 1.3 miles in between the airline and the interstate.
You got a few hotels now.
Yeah, there's a few hotels there now. I tried.
On both sides.
I could do away with a few of them, I'll be honest with you.
The ones on the end by the interstate?
Yeah, you're right. If anybody out there's got a lot of money and they want to invest in prime real estate,
It is just like on the Highland Stretch, the whole saga around Blue Bayou,
yeah,
and how that place, that's a booming little spot right there
Yeah.
when it goes well. But they shut down Dixie Lane, and then
they shut down Dixie Landing, and then they brought in a third party this year to operate it. So they brought it back to life this year, and I couldn't believe how many memberships they sold this year. When the guy told me they sold like 11,000 memberships there this year, and he's like, "We'll do 30,000 next year." I'm like, "Wow."
I remember when they used to have concerts in that little field area.
Yeah,
Scotty McCreery and like some bigger
some
acts,
bigger
acts, and you could turn that place into a nice little amphitheater.
Yeah.
And we're not short of music venues here.
No,
Downtown's not Joe, huh? What part of when does St. George stop?
that's a great question. So this isn't a perfect line, but it's as accurate as I could be in the most simplistic way. If you drew an imaginary line from the river and you followed Bluebonnet all the way until Bluebonnet turns into Coursey, then Coursey turns into George O'Neill, and you just kept on going in that imaginary line, and you hit the Amite River. Everything pretty much on the eastern side of that is St. George, and a little bit on the western side in some areas, but that's about as accurate as I can tell you.
So yesterday they talked about the Raising Cane's River Center and the changes that they're trying to do downtown. About different people taking over and maybe turning that into a good music venue.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't really know what happened to it, to be honest with you. I can tell you probably in, I want to say maybe 2000. I came up here from New Orleans to come see 311 and Incubus at the River Center. And I remember when we moved up here a few years after that, it was like they used to have concerts at this place, and I mean, I don't know when the last time they've had a concert there.
They have them often, but they're not as big as they could be.
I like big concerts. Like I like to bring in.
Sure.
I love local music. I love local talent. I will listen to live music anywhere at any time with anybody. Live entertainment to me, no matter what it is, whether it's a theater, ballet. I may have to take a pause on that one, but live music and live bands to me is the heartbeat of a community, and I think it's so important. But I like to see the big guys come in town too. You know, my wife and I have always been avid concert goers from the time we were 14 years old. I mean,
Mark Chestnut's coming in next weekend.
Oh yeah.
To Slaughter, to Guardian Day. Guardian Day is a festival, a fundraiser that we support. They help military families.
Great.
That's Central Pride Slaughter, like back there. It's on a ranch where a few local artists and then Mark Chestnut will be here to close it out.
That's awesome.
But any thoughts of a live after 5 type thing, maybe Highland Road Park or other places?
We actually are doing that this fall. We are teaming up with the Arts Council, and we have what do they call it? Sundays in St. George.
Okay.
So we're just kind of dipping our toe in the water this year. So we have two weekends. The fall's hard because of LSU.
Sure.
So you always got to kind of work yourself around LSU's football schedule. But they're doing 2 concerts this year out in Highland Park.
Yeah, that's not too terribly far from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, live after 5s have always been fun, but going downtown sometimes is hard to manage because there's nowhere to park down there.
Yeah,
And if you do park down there, it's like $40 a night. Like,
it's not cheap, is it?
No, but there's not a whole lot of parking spots down there, and it's just tough to get down there. But having different stuff in Highland Road Park, because That's a big park that is
Beautiful.
not used nearly
Yeah, it's a
enough.
beautiful, beautiful spot. So we're looking forward to it. Excited about that.
Also, the food truck festival.
Food truck festival.
That's a big
so,
one coming up soon.
I think that is
It's in
November 21st. LSU's away.
The Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Saturday before Thanksgiving. LSU is in Knoxville that Saturday. I can't remember how many food trucks they told me were going to be there. I want to say maybe like 40, 45 food trucks, a bunch of vendors.
We were talking about going, but Thanksgiving is the biggest week of the year for us.
Yeah.
So we around Thanksgiving time, we're usually 7 days a week because
I can imagine. You're cooking. Yeah, you're getting ready.
getting out thousands. And I'm over the shipping person, so like we'll ship. Corporate companies will come in and say, "Hey, we need 1,000 turkeys going to 1,000 places," and so we get a lot of that shipped out. But I don't know. Last I heard, they were talking the people organizing that,
Yeah.
and we were talking to see if our food truck would be there. Speaking of food trucks, tomorrow night at Perkins Road,
Perkins Row, huh? In St. George.
in St. George, we will be slinging lobster rolls.
Oh, yeah?
Lobster rolls, ribeye sliders, boudin balls, and chicken crackle.
Chicken crackling is my favorite type of crackling, by the way.
From the
That's the most underrated crackling there is.
For sure. In New Orleans, it used to be all pork crackling, but now we're almost 50-50 in the crackling.
You're only 50-50 because the other people don't know about the chicken crackling yet.
Well,
look, if you put
it's-
pork crackling, chicken crackling on the table, there ain't nothing wrong with pork crackling. I'll eat it and I like it. But the chicken crackling is
No doubt.
It's a little different.
It's the old country people who have only known one way.
Sure.
But 6 to 9 tomorrow night, I'll be on the Christmas food truck, slinging lobster rolls. I'll be making boudin balls in the back. So
Yeah.
like, Coben will be at the window.
Everybody likes a boudin ball.
Coben will be at the window, and then our guys will be there getting ready. Perkins Row is probably one of the biggest. You wouldn't think so, but it's probably one of the biggest food truck events we do.
Really?
We will have a line 10 minutes before 6 o'clock when it starts, 50 deep the entire 3 hours.
How many food trucks do they have coming up there?
20 or so. It's all the streets.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of them.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they do it 4 times a year, once a quarter.
I love the food truck.
And this is the last one. But yeah, we do a lot of events, and we're talking about that one. Boots on the Bayou is coming in October at Lamar Dixon.
More Dixon.
I have we're putting on a cook-off May 1st of next year.
Yeah. Where y'all doing that at?
Also at Lamar Dixon.
Okay. What type of cook-off?
Anything you want, but it has to have boudin and bacon in it.
How can you go wrong?
So
How can you go
it
wrong?
can, but there's thousands of options.
Yeah.
You can do something wrapped in bacon. You can do something with bacon bits on it. You can do. There's so many different ways you can do it. But
I like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're talking about boudin and all the different things you can do with boudin. You know, my previous life was in the fire department,
right,
so we always had a lot of guys from Central that worked in the fire department. So you know, once a month, we would always get our regular shipment of Jerry
so my
Lee's.
boy Jimmy Roy.
Yeah, we would get shipments of Jerry Lee's boudin and hoghead cheese.
I grew up on Jerry Lee's because I walked there for lunch every
Yeah.
day because I lived in that neighborhood.
And I'm not saying that in that fire station we invented the boudin egg roll. I'm just saying that I never saw it anywhere else until we made it in the fire station. It was something as simple as we were looking at it one day, because you get bored in the fire station sometimes, and we love to eat. I said, what if we wrapped this up in one of those wonton wrappers and fried it? We're like, man, that sounds unbelievable.
Sure.
And we did it. And then all of a sudden, you see boudin egg rolls everywhere. It's almost on everybody's menu now in this whole area.
It is. We don't do those. We tried that, but it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You make an egg roll of any kind, and that's a labor of love.
Sure. I've actually been talking, trying to figure out. I want to make a package, like not a catering package, but just like steaks and stuffed chickens and like different stuff, saying if somebody comes in and say, I want the fireman's package.
Yeah.
Like, and same with hunting camps and other things where it's a bunch of people that cook together. I got to figure out what y'all like the most, and then maybe put a package together where you can spend $100, $200, and get like a few packs of boudin, some steaks, some chicken, whatever
Great
that
idea.
is. I want to make some kind of package so that way we can advertise it as maybe the St. George Fire package or something.
It's a great idea. Yeah, they're big on their cooking for sure. You know, I learned a lot in firehouse kitchens. A lot. I could cook a little bit when I got in there, and then I worked with some guys that were really, really good. And I learned quite a bit about cooking being in that station. And there's no more critical of a consumer than a firefighter. They'll tell you real quick whether it's good or whether it's terrible.
For sure. I've seen all the, I don't know how real life this is, but I've seen a lot of the Chicago fires and Chicago PDs where you're looking inside a fire department and you see them cook for 10, 12 guys.
That's real life. We used to do, these huge spreads for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we would have the station I was at.
It's still got to be open for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're open 24 hours a day, right? So we would have the 2 or 3 stations around us would always come to our house and we would cook. And I'm telling you, you don't have enough tables in this room to fill up all the food that we would cook. I mean, it would take us 2 or 3 days to do it all, but it was a great time.
Local musician and songwriter Jeffrey Allen Imler in the house. I'll see you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you got to let me know when you play again so I can come out and watch. But yeah, Thomas Kane's going to close out our event in May. I got off the phone with Lieutenant Governor's people not too long ago, and they're I asked if he could support it, and he said, "I don't want to just be there. I want to pass out the awards." I was like, "Check."
Boom. Yeah.
Yes, please. So I just sent a letter to the Ascension Chamber of Commerce just to let them know about an event and see if they could point us in the right direction.
Awesome.
But the Lamar Dixon's a really nice place to put together.
It's huge.
And Tressie with Chris's, she's vice president Rev. So
yeah,
and they have the Rev building out there. So
sure do.
they do a lot out there too. But and that's where Boots on the Bayou will be in October. Dream Day Foundation. They have a 3-gun raffle September 4th. Go to dreamdayfoundation.org/events. And if you call the Dream Day office, Tiffany will probably answer the phone. That's what I did last week. And it's a great raffle for a great cause. September the 4th. Dream Day is a great foundation that supports St. Jude families, patients and families to make their doctor trips and to make their daily life a little bit easier, because there's nothing easy about a family that goes through St. Jude. They also have a cool event where they bring every patient in the state, every St. Jude kid in the state, they bring here for an event.
Really?
They move it around to different places. I don't know where it's going to be, but they have it's called Dream Day or whatever, where they bring everybody here.
Tremendous.
And that'd be a cool thing for some of y'all to get involved in.
Yeah, let me know about it. I'd love to be there for it.
If it was around here. I don't know exactly where she's going to put it. Jeffrey said he's driving. And Frank's teaching a class. Frank's actually at ITI Technical College teaching a class.
Okay.
He watches from there. I actually went by there yesterday to pick up the student to finish. But yeah, any other events coming up or anything coming up in St. George anytime soon?
We always got stuff going on. This next year, we're just a year into our terms. And this first year was kind of, functionally setting up all the different departments and things that you have to have a functioning city government. And I think the next year's focus is going to be really kind of tweaking what that looks like and maybe reorganizing a few things to become more efficient. But we certainly have some things coming out. We'll have some announcements over the next few months. I think that people will be pretty excited about. I can't say it quite just yet,
Right.
But it's coming. Obviously we were excited about the Segan Lane stuff. But I tell you what excites me more than anything, really on a day-to-day basis, is all the great work that our team has been doing every day on the streets. We have really put a heavy emphasis on being great at the basic stuff, right? So things like cutting grass, things like beautifying areas, planting trees, planting flowers, street signs.
That's a lot of what Sid did when he took office.
Yeah.
He went into the North Baton Rouge area and cleaned up some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And St. George has that same type of stuff. And it's when you're driving around, just seeing grass cut, it lifts you because
No doubt.
nobody wants to see.
No, there's actually some scientific data that points to the fact that when you're driving through an area that the grass is cut and there's nice landscaping, that it actually reduces your mental stress. And I don't think anybody here needs any more mental stress, especially our drivers on the road, right?
Sure. Especially the ones that are on seeing that.
Especially the ones anywhere in Louisiana. I mean, it's a crapshoot no matter where you're at, really.
For sure.
But it's important, and I think it's important for those reasons, but I also think it's important for the reason that you want to be proud of where you live, right? You want something to look nice, and we battle litter issues, in the East Baton Rouge Parish area for years and years and years, and the quickest way to get people to stop throwing trash and littering on your streets is, take care of it. If it looks like a trash can, people are going to treat it like a trash can. So that was a big priority of ours when we came in. Was we're going to maintain what we have, and we didn't walk in with a blank slate. When we walked in, we had 2,000. We inherited 2,000 work orders. That some of them went back 6, 7, 10 years. But just in our first year, we've been able to cut that backlog in half. Which is amazing. And I'm just really proud of what our team does and what they continue to do every day to make St. George the very best it could be and show residents where their tax dollars are going. I think that's a big issue we all have as Americans. I think a lot of people have formed this cynicism and distrust over government over time is where's all my money going?
Right.
Well, we want to show you where your money goes. It's going in your drainage infrastructure. It's going in your roads. We're almost done our first wave of road striping. And the first wave of road striping, we striped when we're finished. We would have striped over 100 miles of roadway in St. George in year number one. So it's little things like that. And if you keep chipping away and chipping away and chipping away and chipping away at it, eventually you just get to that maintenance phase of it. You develop a long-term maintenance plan, and it's if you maintain what you have, you end up saving money in the long run. Right?
Sure.
From all those things I just mentioned. So it's been of utmost importance to us to do that because we want to be good stewards of tax dollars. At the end of the day, it's not my money. I sign the checks. I make sure it's in the bank account, but it's not mine. It belongs to every resident in St. George, and I take that very seriously.
As you should.
Yeah,
You signed up for it, so that's what you signed up for.
that's right. That's what my dad likes to tell me. Anytime I have a bad day, complain about something, he says, "You signed up for this."
You did.
And I said,
for
Dad,
sure.
you are correct. Thank you.
Jeffrey says the veg management team needs to finish picking up their tree limbs by the road, but mostly good. Jeffrey lives in Zachary.
Okay, well, I can't help you in Zachary, Jeffrey.
But
can't help you there.
last thing, the school board.
Yeah.
It's failed a couple times, but so is the city of St. George. Like trying to become a city has failed a couple times. And like you were saying on another show recently about being a decade. It was a decade process. And, to see where St. George is now from 10 years ago, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. I've lived every minute of it. It's been a hell of a ride and a hell of a journey. And, you know, what I'll tell you about the schools is this. Our level of commitment hasn't changed for trying to provide the very best educational options for our kids. So the election failed in May. So what? We're not going to pout about it. We're not going to cry about it. We're going to find a different option. We're going to find something different. And eventually something's going to work, and we're going to be able to hopefully provide the very best educational options for all of our kids. And, you know, I tell this to our team at St. George all the time. I said, I don't believe in failure. And what I mean by that is that some people view you when you don't succeed at something as you are a failure, right? What I tell our team is you just found out another way not to do it. So keep trying, right? If Thomas Edison would have stopped after try number 7 or try number 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 and said, you know what, I'm just a failure, then we wouldn't have light bulbs, right? So there's always a way. There's always a way. When one door closes, I can assure you that God will put another door in front of you that becomes the path. And you just have to be persistent. You have to be resilient. You have to have a little thick skin because you take some abuse along the way. But that's okay. That's all part of the process.
Absolutely, it is. Next week, we will have Elizabeth Sharp. She is a singer-songwriter. She will be actually playing at Guardian Day next weekend. But she will be here to talk about the mission of Guardian Day and a little bit about herself. I know most of the musicians around here, but I just met her recently. So she'll be here to talk about her young career and what's her goals and what she's working on next. I'd get Jeffrey on here, but he claims he's too busy, even though he's a doctor and a singer. So he stays busy as well. But next week, Elizabeth Sharp. The next week, either Mayor Wade Evans or running for Mayor Lon Bicknell.
That should be an interesting show.
I don't know which one will be here, but they may both be here. I don't know.
Might get real interesting.
But it'll all be good. I'm thankful that my guests are booked up all the way until second week of January.
Wow.
And when I started this 51 episodes ago, it was actually, I started the week 1 of college football last year.
No kidding.
And I've only missed a couple Thursdays because Thanksgiving happens to fall on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And I won't be here on Thanksgiving Day. I'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Christmas lately has been on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day has been on a Thursday recently.
Yeah.
Which means New Year's is too.
Same. Yeah.
We switch different days. In a few weeks, we'll be in Oxford for LSU Ole Miss. That'll be taking this on the road will be interesting. Going there is going to be quite interesting, but
It should be.
somebody offered me tickets and a place to stay. I'm like,
I'm going.
I'm on the way.
I'm going.
I'm on the way. Let's bring because to set this up, I don't have all the fancy cameras and all that stuff. There's a little light on the iPad and the Mac does it all.
Yeah.
And the StreamYard, there's just a couple buttons to press. I mean, I could get it more fancy and have different angles and all that stuff, but right now
This works.
it works. And it's an unbelievable place that we're allowed to do this here.
If nobody, if you're a sports guy or gal and you've never been to Pro Dreams over here in Burbank, you ought to come stop by. It's the first time I've ever been here. It's phenomenal. I feel like I could spend several hours in here just perusing all the shelves they have. Unbelievable assortment of items.
Joe with LP Hat Company said better late than never. He just got in. He's burning spoons. So they're all getting some brew spoons made. Jeffrey says making St. George was the best thing for that part of town.
Well, thank you, buddy. I agree. And I think it's going to be a great thing for the parish as well.
Yeah, Kendall Schaefer, a local singer.
Yeah.
Him and Jeffrey wrote most of Kendall's songs.
No kidding.
He's a good songwriter, but he got away from it a little bit, and he's starting to get back into singing. But if you can't find a place to watch live music in this town, you ain't
I'm
looking.
not trying very hard, are you?
You ain't looking. A great website, 225liveevents.com. You click on it, you put today's date in, and it will tell you every single place there's music playing.
Yep, I've been on it before.
I stay on it. I usually go watch Kendall sometimes at Fat Cats right there on Airline in Prairieville.
Prairieville, yeah.
But I'll always be at the Texas Club when big events come around. We cook a lot for some of the artists at the Texas Club and just do, like I said earlier, networking. You just this company is 2 years in. July was 2 years, and they say your first 5 years is getting it going, and we're halfway there. So we're doing well, I think, but always pushing to get better.
Well, if you don't push, nobody else is.
Absolutely, and like I tell Joe all the time, you can't make money sitting on the couch.
That's it.
Jeffrey, yeah, there is a lot of talent in this town. It's crazy. It's like mini Nashville with all the local musicians that are here. The Texas Club did a tribute to James Gilmore last week, where a lot of the locals were there, from Todd O'Neill, who played with the Chiwees, to Derek Shipley, to Jeffrey, to Thomas Kane, to Chase Tyler, all the different ones, Downfall, Blue Crab Redemption. There's so many different local musicians that we want the big concerts, but some of these local people are.
No, they're great. I've been friends for a long time with David Sanger, man.
I just set up a week for him to come here.
Good. Yeah, David's a phenomenal guy. Got to know him through church, really. And we've been friends for a while, and he plays a lot of the events for Rick. He's just a great guy, phenomenal musician.
And he's working with the Lieutenant Governor's office for a charity.
Yeah, he does all kind of stuff. He's involved in more stuff than almost anybody I know. It's unbelievable.
And I met him. Well, I've seen him play a lot, but I actually met him and had a conversation with him last week.
Oh yeah,
at the Texas Club when he was there that night. He played a little bit there, but I followed his music, and I followed David for a long time. But yeah, next week. Elizabeth Sharp. Thank you to Trey Ledbetter from Pro Dreams for letting us come here and do this. Shout out to our sponsors, Dream Day Foundation, helping the St. Jude families. Bayou Brothers with barbecue sauce, hot sauce. Jambalaya Mix Pralines. Joe with LP Hat Company. Hats, merch. Hats, koozies, merch, roof spoons. Frank Williams with Williams Custom Calls, with roof spoons, turkey calls, duck calls, all the different things. Lafitte's Cajun Foods, their pickles, best pickles in the world. He shipped me some pickles to give away, but they just got to my door.
Is Lafitte's the company that does those pickled jalapenos too? Mm-hmm. Those are unbelievable. Candied ones.
They are.
You could put those on shoe leather, and they would taste good.
So Trey, the guy that owns this place, was here on the show, one of our first ones, and he hates pickles. Cannot eat pickles. Doesn't eat pickles at all. Everything's no pickles. We had him try one. He took the whole bottle home. And they're in West Monroe.
I can't believe I haven't had their pickles yet. I guess maybe because every time I see it, I always just grab the jalapenos. But
so They're in Rouse's.
Yeah.
They have pickles. They have sweet pickles. They have sweet pickle relish. They have candied jalapenos, and then they have regular jalapeno relish.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a company out of West Monroe. I met them at a cook-off, and they're in Rouse's and a lot of the other stores too. But they sent me some stuff to help sponsor, but it just got to my door. They just delivered it. So yeah, so thank you, Dustin, for coming on.
Yeah, man, appreciate
And
it.
we'll certainly get our companies to be a part of any vendor spots we got.
Yeah.
And we're not afraid of being involved.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank
Likewise. And we will see you soon.
you. All right.
I come from Louisiana, from the banks of the Pontchartrain. I was born in an old houseboat in the eye of a hurricane. I've been all around this great big world, but no matter where I roam, I'll always come back to Louisiana, 'cause Louisiana is home. People stop and ask me where it is that I come from. I tell them I am so down south, even the Mississippi's scared to run. Oh, from Bourbon Street to Baton Rouge, from Malibu to Thibodeau, I'll always come back to Louisiana, 'cause Louisiana is home. We got cypress storms and Salisbury corn, jambalaya and fado, New Orleans blues and Mardi Gras too, and the bars they never close. Now you can take me away from this bayou state, but I won't be gone too long. I'll always come back to Louisiana, 'cause Louisiana is home. Can take me away from this bayou state, but I won't be gone too long. And I'll always come back to Louisiana, 'cause Louisiana is my home.